Greetings to all. Apart from your regular classroom learning, you should be able to learn at your own pace and at your own time. Keeping that in mind, these lesson modules are made in which you can learn at your own pace by pausing it, by replaying it, going back, moving forward, and it is meant to facilitate your learning. And these are short lesson modules which will run only up to maximum 10 minutes. Hope it will benefit you in your learning process. Happy learning. Greetings to you all. In the earlier class, we had been learning about how a neural network is simulated, how the real human brain, which contains all the neurons, is being simulated, and how the perceptron was modeled. So this is the artificial neuron, which is the perceptron, how it is modeled with all the weights and inputs. So you have a weighted summation, and this crosses through a threshold F to produce the output of either a 0 or a 1. So with this, what we are going to learn now is how the perceptrons are made to learn, how they learn and how they correct themselves, and how finally they produce the exact output that we are expecting it to generate. So for that example, we have taken the linearly separable problem, which is a pattern classification problem. So in pattern classification, it has to separate a black and a white dot. The white dots and black dots are given, and it should be able to draw a line between the black and the white dots, separating them. So this space is called as the decision surface where the line is being drawn. So if the perceptron learns where to draw the line properly, then it has properly done the learning process. So if it produces a result of output of 1, then it is recognizing the white dot, or if it is going to be a 0, then it is going to be a dark black dot. So the algorithm that we are going to learn here to see the learning process is called as the fixed increment perceptron learning algorithm. In this, a classification problem with n input features are given, where x1 to xn vector, and it has to produce two output classes, either the black or the white dot. So what it computes is a set of weights W0 from Wn that will cause a perceptron to fire when input falls in the first output class. Perceptron to fire here means it will produce a result of 1. Only when it produces a result of 1, then it means the perceptron has fired. Otherwise, it produces a 0, which means it is being inhibited. Now the process starts. What the first step says is, you have to create a perceptron with n plus 1 inputs and weights. Earlier I said you make use of n inputs, but it is actually n plus 1 inputs, where there is an extra x naught which is always set to 1. Why it is set to 1 is, um, why it is set to 1 is so that the perceptron will not fail at any point of time. So a default value of 1 is set there always. That is the purpose of having this x naught. The weights W0, W1 up to Wn will have random real values. So it is the initialized values with which the process will now start. With the set weights for W and all the inputs, including the x0, which is set to 1, the process will start now. So the loop will, you have to repeatedly do the loop. It iterates, collecting examples misclassified by current set of weights. So misclassified examples are taken out that are produced by the current set of weights. In case the classification is correct, classification of the black and the white dots are correctly done, then the weights are what are set there is correct, and so the output, the weights can be output and the process ends there. So the process ends in the fourth step. If all examples are classified correctly, then that is the set of weight which is able to draw the line in the proper decision surface, and so the process can end there. In case there is a misclassification, then how it is dealt is there is a sum vector sum S. To that you add x vector if the input for which the perceptron did not fire when it should have fired, or you subtract from S if it had incorrectly fired. So this x vector is either added to S or subtracted from S accordingly. So multiply the sum that you create by the scale factor neta. Neta is an error correcting value which is multiplied to this S, which is the delta J. So Wt plus 1, T is the time at which the weight is taken. So at every increment, the current weight, the old weight plus 1 will be the current weight. So Wt plus 1 will be given by Wt plus neta delta j, where delta j will be the summation of the x vector, which is either added or subtracted accordingly. So that is how the weight is calculated. So modified weight is got by doing Wt plus 1 is equal to Wt plus neta delta j. Modify the weight by adding the elements of the vector S to them and go to step 3, where the third step is to repeat the loop. So this is how the weight is modified. So when you keep changing the weight, you get different outputs, and the perceptron keeps learning the change of weight. So that is all about the fixed increment algorithm for making the perceptron learn by changing the weights. Thank you.